we have very little input. I mean, we get to talk a lot, and we get to these. That's why I hate going to these meetings. I said this at the AFCA this year. I said, I don't even know why I come. I'm here because none of y'all gonna talk bad about me, but hardly anybody goes. I think there was one SEC coach there, maybe 2 Big Ten, and hardly anybody there. I don't know, 133 Division I coaches, and we probably had 50 coaches. And I said that. I said, this is sad. But in their defense, they know it's a waste of time, because we sit in there and we moan and groan and we solve all the problems, but we have no authority. You know, and it's not that people have bad intentions. They really don't. I mean, the people that are making all these decisions and creating laws, they don't have bad intentions. They're just not equipped to understand the consequences of decisions they make. They're just not. And so to answer your question, yes, 5 years ago, we sat in as coaches, and not just the ACC, but the leagues, and we talk as coaches, and we go, man, this is a problem. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to have tampering. We're going to have, and it's like, this plays out like just, it's the way you wrote it. But, you know, all you can do is just voice your opinion. We don't have any, we really don't. I mean, so you get criticized a lot for speaking what you think is your truth and speaking what you think is you know, I mean, it's what you've been equipped. It's what you've learned. You know, I've spent my lifetime, you know, I was a part of this game and learning and watching and so, you know, it just kind of is what it is. You know, it's like we can all right now, I mean, all the adults can say, man, this train's fixing to just run off that bridge and it's going to crash, and we don't do anything about it. And kind of like that movie with The Fugitive, right? When it's going to go off, and then now we got to go figure it out, right? All right, now what happened? How do we fix it? All right, who's the one-armed guy? All right, how do we fix it, right? And eventually it'll get there. So again, maybe that's an answer to your question too. Sometimes bad things have to happen before things get better. And unfortunately, that's probably where we are in college football right now.
What I wanted to get to was, you know, you're on record as saying, if you pay them like employees, I'm out of here. I'll go find something else to do.
Yeah, I've always said I'm against the professionalization of college athletics. Well, we'll see. I think the best thing for coaches in the kind of the world we're in right now is for them to be employees. The worst thing is for them to be employees. That's not a world that we want for 18-year-olds. I think we've lost our way, and we need to. We have to. I don't care what it looks. I'm all for the NIL. I think NIL is awesome. I really am. I'm all for enhancing the scholarship however we want, but I also understand the reality that 98% of these kids aren't going to play in the NFL. We need to educate our young people in this society. Nobody talks about the value of an education anymore. It's $125,000 to $145,000 a year for every kid that comes to Clemson, every single year, football player. And that's $30,000 to $45,000 in cash in hand and everything that goes in between it. And that's not even counting the NIL. So we've created great opportunity, and we should create more. I just want to see us incentivize education. I want to see us, I mean, there's so many things we could do. We could create 401ks, you know, like the real world, right? If you take your money out early, there's a penalty, you know, but these are 18-year-old kids leaving home for the first time in their life. And, you know, we're sometimes setting them up for failure. And so, you know, it is what it is, but, you know, hopefully at some point we'll find a better place where we're not just firing 18, 19-year-old kids because they, you know, aren't quite as fast as we thought they would be, you know, or they're a little homesick or whatever. So, you know, it's just, there's a lot that'll come down the pipe, down the road, and you know, but I love what I do. I love the challenge of it. I love the challenge of putting team together, and just, you know, focusing on my guys, focusing on helping fulfill the purpose of this program, and really the purpose of my life, you know, which is to glorify God, to be a great husband and father, and to use this platform of education and football to build great men. That's my purpose. That's what I do. That's what I wake up and do. That's what drives me. Now the rest of it drives me. That's what's always driven me. And none of that has changed. And I think there's a lot of great things that will eventually come about, but there'll probably be some bad things happen along the way that we'll all learn from, and somewhere along the line, somebody will say, you know what, we gotta be a little smarter in this area.
Got about 3 or 4 more minutes.
How important is it that you get some competition at quarterback, and how realistic is that during this course of spring practice?
Yeah, well, that's we'll see. I'm excited about CV. We signed him with the intention to redshirt him. That was part of what we sold him in the recruiting process. Hey, we're going to redshirt you. Cade's going to be a junior. You'll be a redshirt freshman. He was only 17 years old, so he kind of bought into that plan, and then he got some reps. You rep, but you get into camp. We were going to rep 3 quarterbacks. You got Cade, you got Helms, you got Paul. You're trying to get ready to play, and so he didn't get a lot of reps. He got mostly mental reps. That's why I was really excited about what I was able to see in December. I was able to see him really show some development, and so this is a big spring. So yeah, I'd love to see some competition. Absolutely, you want to see everybody go out there and compete. But the big thing is by the end of spring, man, it's his job, CV, to prove to us that he can win for us. That he can compete with Cade. He can win games for Clemson. We need that from him. And then same thing with Trent. We need him to take another step. And we like our 3 guys. So it's just a big spring for CV, because now he's going to get all those 2 reps, and he's going to be able to put all that mental work that he got in the fall, with the physical work, and hopefully we'll like the result. But you can ask me again at the end of spring on kind of where we are, and I'll let you know. But right now going into it, we're excited about him, but I need to see it. There's no question about who our quarterback is or anything like that. I mean, we're all in with Cade Klubnik, but I would love to see CV by the end of the spring. Everybody go, okay, yes sir. That's what we recruited. That's what we expected to see at this point. So it's on him to go do that.
Going back to Peter moving outside, will he stay the same way, or are they going to move a little bit around?
He'll probably lean up a little bit. I mean, he's a pretty lean dude. He don't, we track all that stuff all the time. Their body composition and muscle mass and all that. But he'll play at a lighter weight for sure at end.
This is going back a second, but you were reportedly contacted for the Bama job after Saban's retirement. Any comment on that situation at all?
No, other than just, I'm happy for Alabama. I love Alabama. I'll never change. But I love Clemson too. And I'm happy with my job, and I'm happy for Coach Saban. Had a great conversation with him. And what we talked about will stay between us, but, that's just focused on what I'm doing.
Linebacker, obviously Barrett's played in the middle before, but plan to keep him at will.
Yeah.
And then what's kind of the plan at Mike?
Woodass. Yeah. They both can play Mike and Will, but starting out in our nickel package, you'll have Barrett at Will, and you'll have Woodaz at Mike. That's kind of where it starts. And then if we get into a bunch of 12 personnel type teams where we need a big Sam, Woodaz would be our first big Sam. Kobe would probably slide in there right out of the gate, and really love Kobe and McLeod and his development, and he's learned how to he's gained a lot of our confidence, and then we'll figure it out from there. D's got to take another step. Jamal's got to take another step. These were true freshmen. D actually was able to redshirt. We actually saved his redshirt. Jamal played. He was probably one of our top special teams guys, and then. Who am I forgetting? We got Drew is coming in the summer. Cooper Taylor's coming in the summer, and then obviously Sammy's here. So we'll see where he is. He'll start out at Mike, and we'll try to let him see if we can make some progress in learning that this spring.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Coach.